37 seconds. My heart stopped for 37 seconds. In those moments, I crossed the line between life and death. I saw the eyes of Lord Jesus and heard his voice. When I returned, my life had completely changed. My name is James Anderson. I am 34 years old. Or perhaps I should say I am 34 years old twice. Because on March 15, 2010, I died. And then I came back. Let me start from the beginning. I was born into an ordinary family in Brooklyn, New York. My father was a carpenter and my mother was a primary school teacher. We never had much money, but we had no shortage of love. From childhood, I loved basketball. I would spend hours shooting hoops on an old basketball hoop in our backyard. My parents taught me that dreaming was good, but achieving those dreams required hard work. In high school, I became the captain of basketball team. My coach, Mr. Johnson, saw something in me that I didn't even saw in myself. He would say, "James, you have talent not just for the game but for life. You just need to listen to your heart." In college, I studied business administration. I was the first person in my family to attend college. It was a great achievement, but it came with a heavy responsibility. I wanted to succeed, not just for myself, but for my parents, who had sacrificed so much for my education. In my second year of college, I met Sarah. She was a talented art student with a sparkle in her eyes. Our first meeting was at a coffee shop where I was working on an assignment and she was sketching in her sketchbook. Our eyes met and we both knew it was something special. After college, I landed a job at a major financial firm. It was my dream job, or at least I thought it was. I married Sarah and soon we have two children, Emily and Joshua. From the outside, my life seemed perfect, but inside something was wrong. I was succeed in my job, but it came at a price. I worked long hours and often missed family dinners. I would skip my children's game and school events. Gradually, I was becoming distant from my family. My health also began to deteriorate. I had stopped exercising, gained weight, and always felt tired. I knew something was wrong, but ignored it. I thought it was temporary and that I would soon get my life back on track. March 15 began like any other day. I woke up early, got my kids ready for school, and then left for the office. I had an important presentation and I was stressed. By noon, while working at my computer, I suddenly felt a sharp pain in my chest. At first, I thought it was just stress, but the pain intensified. I started sweating and had trouble breathing. My co-workers became concerned and immediately called an ambulance. By the time I reached the hospital, I was unconscious. The doctors told me I had suffered a severe heart attack. They were trying to save me, but my heart was failing. And then it happened. My heart stopped. 37 seconds. The doctors told me my heart stopped for 37 seconds. But for me, it was both a moment and an eternity. I saw a bright white light. I had left my body. I could saw doctors and nurses trying to bring me back. I saw my wife, who had rushed to the hospital, crying and praying. And then I saw him, Lord Jesus. He stood in a radiant light, with a compassionate smile on his face. He said to me, "James, your time has not come yet. You have to go back." I said, "But Lord, I'm tired. I want to stay with you." Jesus smiled and said, "I understand, James, but your family needs you and you still have much to do. I'm giving you another chance, but this time Listen to your heart. Then I felt myself being pulled back. I opened my eyes and found myself in the hospital bed. The doctors and nurses were filled with relief. My wife came to me and embraced me. I was weak, but I knew I wasn't the same. I had seen death and I had seen Lord Jesus. My life had changed forever. In the following weeks, I reflected deeply on my life. I realized how selfish and careless I had become. I had neglected my family and my health. I had forgotten Lord Jesus, whom I had once believed in. I decided that everything had to change. I left my job and found work that allowed me to spend more time with my family. I improved my eating habits and started exercising regularly. Most important, I invited Lord Jesus back into my life. I began praying and reading the Bible. I started taking my family to church. Gradually, I felt my life changing. I felt more peaceful and content. My family was growing stronger, and I felt like I was finally becoming the person I was meant to be. But my journey wasn't over. Lord Jesus had given me another chance, and I knew I had to make the most of it. I decided to share my story with others so they could also feel the love and compassion of Lord Jesus. And that's why I'm here today sharing my story with you. I hope my story inspires you and helps you turn to Lord Jesus as well. If you want to share your testimony through our channel, please write in the comment box and please subscribe to this channel for more.